What you're looking at is a caddis. Some people call them traveling sedges. This is an adult. Earlier this year, it landed on our boat. So my partner took a picture of it. Now, when you look at the legs and the feelers, both of them are barred. The wing color is closer to a deer hair than it is elk. Earlier in the year, we tied a Mikulak sedge with elk. This time I'm going to use deer. And the deer hair I'm using is the darker hair that you'll find on different parts of the body. Now, this is a lot closer to the real color. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, the hook I'm using is a number 8, 2X. Thread is an olive green. So let's get started here and I'll show you how I achieve this. I'm going to run some thread on the body, or on the shank. The thread is going to be my body. It's the olive green is the color that we experienced on this particular lake. Some areas the caddises are cinnamon brown. So I would be prepared for both. I'll just stack a little bit up here, and now I'm going to do my first clump of deer hair. Make sure and comb your deer hair out so you can stack it properly. I achieve that with my scissors. Like so. By holding on to it, you prevent it from spinning. Run your thread over the portion where you trimmed and back again. I have a strand in there I don't like. I'll take it out now. Take another clump. Tie it halfway up the last batch you put in there. Anything that looks higher, when we're done, I'll show you how you can kind of trim that to shape. Remember, this is the silhouette of the wing we're after. Okay, I'll put another clump on there. It's a little time consuming, but it's well worth the effort. This is one of the best caddis patterns that I've fished. The Mikulak is a very good, it's a close proximity to the real thing, as far as the color and the shape and everything goes. When the deer hair is fine as this is, not quite as easy to stack because of the static electricity. But work around it, it's worth it. Now, I'm going to put some grizzly hackle, because it's barred, for the first portion of the legs. It doesn't take very much. And the way we trim the grizzly hackle after we put it on helps keep the fly from falling over after you've cast. What you'll get is an upright fly. Makes for a better presentation. The way we achieve this, we trim the hackle same as we did before. We take everything off the top. Now we take everything off the bottom. Just leave the side outriggers. They'll represent the legs and keep your fly from falling over. Like so. And that'll be the first portion of the legs. Now, let's do one more. Another small clump of deer hair. When you present this on the water, you're going to like the looks of it. Halfway up. It's a lot of trim work, but it's definitely worth the effort. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to change color of thread, because on the caddis they have a black head. Like so. Now I'm not going to answer that. Now I'm going to put on the front legs. Rather than do it like we did on the other caddis, on the Mikulak, we just used brown hackle. But this is giving me the barred effect for the legs, so and the same thing, I'm going to trim this top and bottom. There we go. And I'm going to tie it off so I don't lose it, because we have some trim work to do now. Again, we trim everything off the top. And the bottom. Now, what I've done is I've taken 2 feathers from this small cape. I've stripped the fibers off of the core, so you wind up with just something like this. Then I've taken a Sharpie pen and I've barred it. If you put this down on a piece of white paper, you can use the tip of the Sharpie and just bar it, and it'll go all the way around the core, and it gives you that barred effect for the feelers. So that's what we're going to do now, is put the feelers on. There you go. It's just one more element of making it closer to being the real color, real shape, etc. So it makes for a nice fly. Give yourself a nice head on it. I'm going to cut that for length. That is a Mikulak sedge tied with deer hair. Now, at the tail end, what I like to do, I'm going to hold it and trim for the shape of the wing at the tail. Now come up on this one, like so. On the underside, the fish is going to see the green body, and from the side he's going to see the silhouette of the wing. And that is a Mikulak, deer hair tied Mikulak. You fish this with a great amount of success, I'm sure, because you have more confidence in your presentation when it's closer to being realistic. So fish this and enjoy.